So today this is part 4 of sets. Earlier we have already completed 3 parts of this chapter called sets. Today we shall discuss subsets of set of real numbers. Subsets of set of real numbers. So real numbers, if you see, here is we call it real number. So set of real numbers contain what all? It has set of natural numbers called capital N, which is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and dot dot. Then there is this Z, which is denoted as the set of integers, and we say we have got, let's say, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we have Q, which is a set of rational numbers, and we write it as x. X is such that x equal to p upon q, where p, q belongs to z and q is not equal to 0. And lastly, it has got a set called T. And what is T? T is the set of irrational number, and हम कैसे लिखेंगे इसको? X is such that x belongs to R and x does not belong to Q. So that is the representation of all the subsets of real numbers or set of real numbers. All right. Now let us say something that it can also be denoted as what? N is a subset of Z and Z is a subset of Q. Q is a subset of R. T is a subset of R. N is not a subset of T. These are the observations that we could possibly say. Now let's talk about intervals. Intervals 4 तरह के होते हैं. कौन कौन से intervals? Let us say intervals number 1, we would say when we have both sides closed. This is represented as x is such that a is less than equal to x and x is less than equal to b. So what really it means? It means that a and b are included. And how do we possibly represent it? We will represent it like this. So we will have a and b, and representation would be a comma b. So a and b are included. The second interval would be, this is one side closed, let's say a comma b, and b side is open. So how do we represent it? We would write as x is such that x a is less than equal to x is less than b. Okay, and the representation of this same would be like this. So we say a side is closed and b is excluded. So we write it a comma b, a side is closed and here b side is open. So and the next one is, we say this side A is open and B side is closed. So how do we represent? X is such that A is less than X and X is less than equal to B. Here the representation would be, this side would be open and the other side would be closed or included. Okay, so the representation would be A comma B and B side is like this. And then finally there is this where both sides are open, so we write it like this and we say X is such that A is less than X is less than B, and representation would be both sides are not included or both sides are excluded, A comma B. So these are the 4 types of intervals. We should remember them. Now let us just understand what is a power set. So what is a power set? Let's write down power set. And how do we define power set? The collection of all subsets, the collection of all subsets of set A is called the power set of A. It is denoted by P of A, and in P of A every element is a set. Remember, every element is a set. एक इलस्ट्रेशन के थ्रू समझते हैं इसको. एक काम करते हैं, हम लोग एक सेट ले लेते हैं A, let us say 3,4. okay, now let us say what is power set of A. They will be 5, then individually 3, then 4, and then 3,4, and then put them in the parenthesis. So do you see that? What is there to note? We can note that cardinal number n of P of A is actually 4, which can be written as 2 to the power 2. So we can generalize this as, if n of A is m, then we will say n of P of A is actually 2 to the power m. Okay. Now let us talk about a universal set. Universal set. See, the concept of universal set is, in a certain context, for example, let us say there is a set called n, which is fundamentally natural numbers, और यहाँ पे इनके एलिमेंट होंगे 1 2 3 4 5, and then now if we take subsets of n, we can say A is a set of all odd numbers, let's say 1 3 5 and so on, and then we can take another set as set of all even numbers 2 4 6 and so on. So we can say n is a universal set, which is a larger set, and further subparts of this can be termed as subsets of the universal set. Now here we can represent the sets as part of what is called Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams. The representation of Venn diagram is done through a rectangle. Let us say I draw a rectangle, and let me say that I am representing, and I call this Venn diagram as part U. U is representing universal set. So possibly what I can take, maybe I would write something like that. This is A, and in this 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. And then we can say that 1, 5, 9, 3, 7. These are not part of, say, subset A. So here Venn diagram is a way to represent the subsets within the ambit of universal sets. For example, एक हम illustration लेके देखते हैं कि एक सेट को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. एक सेट A है जो 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is a subset, yes or no? And then जैसा कि हमने इसमें दिखाया है कि ये यूनिवर्सल सेट U क्या है? U is, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my universal set. और इसमें सबसेट A है. Subset A is represented as if it's a set A which is comprising of all the even numbers. Similarly, we can draw yet another illustration. Let's say we draw illustration 2. In this, let us draw one universal set. U, and then the U would be capital U. We can say, okay, there is this small circle which is containing 4, 6, and then there is this bigger circle, say 2, 8 and 10. And what do we call this as? Let's say the bigger one is A, the smaller one is B, and then we have 1, then 3, 5, 7 and 9. So what do we see in this figure? My U is 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 10, and then my A is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then there is B which is 4, 6. These are the subsets. So we can say B is a subset of A. Okay, so this is the way to represent sets as part of Venn diagram. Okay, so I hope you must have understood this topic. In my next topic, I'll be covering operations of sets. और सेट्स के ऑपरेशंस कैसे परफॉर्म किए जाते हैं. I hope you like this lecture, and if you want to have any particular topic in mind where you would like to see a video to be made, please let us know. Thank you very much. Love you all.